metaphysical, beautiful, magical thinkers. My name is Princess Katey, and I want to welcome you to my Astrology 101 series. In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the polarities, or the equal opposites of astrology. Have you ever heard of the term polar opposites? I bet you have. In astrology, there are 6 groups, each containing 2 zodiac signs. This is known as a polarity or an equal opposite. I prefer to use the term equal opposite when discussing the polarities of astrology because even though your polarities are opposites, they're also your equal. It is like the yin and the yang. Your polarity or your equal opposite possesses traits and qualities that your sign lacks. And in turn, your sign possesses qualities that your equal opposite lacks. So essentially, to be more of a complete, well-rounded human being, we must adapt and assimilate traits that our equal opposite possesses. If you already know what your sign's polarity is, comment down below and subscribe for more magical content. To find your equal opposite, you're going to look at the astrology wheel. In Western astrology, we recognize 12 zodiac signs. There are 360 degrees to every circle, and with 12 signs, that leaves 30 degrees for each house of the zodiac. You're going to find your sign on the astrology wheel, and take your finger and go right across to the next sign. It'll be exactly 180 degrees away from you. That sign is your equal opposite. Each house in the astrology wheel is represented by a specific zodiac sign, and it goes in a specific order. I've said before in other videos that Aries is the first house. So to understand the flow of how to follow an astrology chart, you first want to think of a clock. And in the 9 o'clock position, that's what marks our first house, Aries. Starting in the first house, Aries, we then move in a counterclockwise direction, following the normal progression of the zodiac. Each house represents a different part of our life, and therefore, if you pay attention now to the associations and keywords of each zodiac sign that resides in that house, you will be better prepared for future videos when we learn what each house really means. Now we're going to dive into the polarities and some of the keywords and key associations related to each zodiac sign. Our first polarity, starting in the first house of Aries, going 180 degrees to cross to the 7th house of Libra. A key word for Aries is I am, while a key word for Libra is I balance. The second house of Taurus is equal opposites with the 8th house of Scorpio. A key word for Taurus is I have, and a key word for Scorpio is I desire. In the 3rd house, Gemini, its polarity is in the 9th house of Sagittarius. A key word for Gemini is I think, while a key word for Sagittarius is I see. In the 4th house, we have Cancer. Its equal opposite in the 10th house, Capricorn. A key word for Cancer is I feel, while a key word for Capricorn is I use. In the 5th house lives Leo, and in the 11th house lives Aquarius. A key word for Leo is I will, while a key word for Aquarius is I know. For our last polarity, in the 6th house, we have Virgo, and in the 12th house, we have Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. A key word for Virgo is I analyze, while a key word for Pisces is I believe. Now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into more of the associations related to each zodiac sign and their polarity. So, starting with Aries, in the first house is the house of self. And Libra rules the 7th house of partnership. Taurus rules the second house, the house of money and possessions, while Scorpio rules the 8th house, the house of death and rebirth. Gemini rules the 3rd house, the house of communication and day-to-day travel, while Sagittarius rules the 9th house of higher consciousness and long-distance travel. Cancer rules the 4th house of home and family, while Capricorn rules the 10th house of public image and business. Leo rules the 5th house of creativity and immediate pleasure. Aquarius rules the 11th house, the house of friends, deeper intellect. Virgo rules the 6th house of service and self-improvement, while Pisces in the 12th house represents dreams and illusions. Were you surprised to find out who your equal opposite was? In next week's video, we'll be learning the body parts and organs related to each zodiac sign. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch me grow, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.